Good afternoon, everyone. Welcome to this session. Today's my topic is stack and stack pointer in 8051. So, a stack is a section of RAM used by the CPU to store information temporarily. So, information could be data or as well as address. So, stack. Why we need stack is there are only limited number of registers in the CPU. So by default, you will have 08 to 1FH, that is 24 bytes of memory for reserved for stack. And 08 to 1F is nothing but register bank 1 to register bank 3 memory addresses. So you can relocate this stack to 30H to 7FH. And related to the stack, you have stack pointer, which is bit register, and it points to the top of the stack. That is nothing but on default or on power up, stack pointer will be having 07H as its address. And we have two instructions which are related to stack. Means push and pop instruction. So push means the contents of CPU or registers are moved onto the stack. Pop means the contents of stack means memory locations are reloaded or copied back into the register. So here is an example. As you can see here, R6 is moved with 25H, R2 is moving with 12H, and R4 is moving with F3H. So first instruction is push 6, push 1 and push 4. 6 means R6. The content of 25 has to be moved to the stack. First stack pointer is pointing to 07H. It has to be incremented. 07 plus 1 is 08. Then the content of R6 will be moved to 25. Now, next instruction is push 1. Push 2. 08 will be incremented by 1, 09, and the content of R2, that is 12H, will be moved to 09. And next instruction is push 4. That is again stack pointer has to be incremented by 1, that is 0A. 09 will become 0A now, and the content, that is F3H, will be moved. So in this push operation, the stack pointer has to be incremented by 1, and then you have to push the content from registers to the stack. So that is push operation. Then in case of pop, so you have the contents like 54, F9, 76 and 6C, and stack pointer is pointing to 0B, top of the stack, that is 0B. Now what are the instructions are means pop 4. So pop the content from stack to the register 4. This instruction is nothing but pop the content from the stack to the register 4. Means 54 has to be copied or retrieved back to R4. 0B is the stack pointer. Then 0B will be decremented by 1. 0B now becomes 0A. Then you have the instruction as pop 1. F9 will be moved to register 1. Then 0A now becomes 0A will become 09. Okay, so in 09 you have the content as 76. So 76 will be moved to register 6. Then this stack pointer 09 now decremented to 08. So after all these three instructions, stack pointer will be pointing to 08. So this is about pop instruction. So you have push and pop with stack operations. So as I said earlier, stack pointer is an 8-bit address which holds the top of the stack. Means address of top of the stack, that is top address of the stack. So stack pointer can be accessed by push, pop, and call and return. So push, pop, you know. Now call and return. Call and return are the instructions which are related with subroutines. Subroutines are nothing but a repeated tasks that are instructions are grouped in subroutines. So instead of writing repeatedly the same task in a main function, we will group that instruction in a subroutine. So here there is a instruction call. So it will go to the subroutine, then it will execute all the instruction which are there in the subroutine till you get return. So when you you reach the instruction return, it will come back and start executing the main function. So main program. So where we have to come back and start executing that memory address, that is 4103. That address will be moved to the stack. So in case of call and return, we will use stack and stack pointer to store the address of the next instruction after call instruction to retrieve the instruction where we left. So it's an 8-bit register, and on reset, you will be having 07H. So push, in case of push, SP stack pointer is incremented by 1, and then the content will be moved to the stack. Then in case of pop, first content will be moved and then stack pointer will be decremented. So in case of 8051, we consider the stack as last in, first out stack, because the last content which is in was 54. It will go out first. So that's why the name last in but first out stack. So the next is interrupts. So interrupts means it is a request signal from internally or from external devices to the 8051 microcontroller, in order to get the service from the 8051. So 8051 got these interrupts, 6 interrupts: reset, external hardware interrupt, INT0, timer 0, external hardware interrupt 1, timer 1, serial communication interrupt, RI and TI. And the RAM locations are 0, 3, B, 1, 3, 1B and 2, 3. So there are these 6 interrupts with 8051. Whenever the peripherals or internal circuitry has to get the service from the 8051, it will send the request. That request is called interrupt. So with 8051, means with interrupts, you have 2 registers, that is interrupt enable register, interrupt priority register. So first one, interrupt enable register. IE register on reset, it will be having the value as 000 and address is 48H in RAM, and you have the bits like EA, ET2, ES, ET1, EX1, ET1, ET1 and EX0. So bit 7, EA means enable all bit. Whatever the interrupts are there in the 8051, EA should be 1 to enable all other interrupts. Otherwise, all other interrupts will be 0 if EA is 0. So to enable any interrupt, you should have EA is equal to 1. Otherwise, all other interrupts will be disabled. And 2 is with respect to timer 2. It is not there in 8051. It will be used by 8052. And you have got ES. ES means enable serial interrupt. This bit is 1 means you are enabling serial interrupt. So 0 means disable serial interrupt. Okay. And for ET1 means timer 1, EX1 means external interrupt, ET0 means timer 0, X0 means external interrupt on pin INT 0. So these 5 interrupts will be enabled by setting the corresponding bit in this IA register, and it will be disabled if we clear that particular bit. So before enabling or enabling, you should have EA, enable all bit should be 1 in order to enable other interrupts. So overall, IA is 8-bit register. You will have 0 as a reset value and address is 48H. You will have the bits like EA, ES, ET1, EX1, ET0 and EX0 for enabling particular interrupts. Particular interrupts means these interrupts: external interrupt, timer 0 interrupt, external hardware interrupt 0 and 1, timer interrupt 0 and 1 serial interrupt. To enable, you should give 1, and to disable, you should give 0. The next register corresponds to interrupts is interrupt priority register. So priority on power up or upon reset, you will have the priority like this from lowest to highest. You have lowest is highest to lowest priority. Highest is external interrupt 0, timer interrupt 0, external interrupt 1, timer interrupt 1, serial communication. So like this, you will have the default priority from highest to lowest. So in order to change this priority, if you want to give highest priority to this external interrupt 1, INT1 as highest priority, you can set a particular bit in this register to give highest priority. For example, IP is a register which gives the priority if the particular bit is set. Otherwise, if the particular bit is 0, then it will be having low priority. So in this, on reset, it will be having 0, and the register address is 88H, and T2 is for timer 2, it is with 8052. PS, serial communication, timer 1, external hardware interrupt 1, timer 0, external hardware interrupt 0. So if you want to give highest priority any of the interrupt, you should give 1 to particular bit. Otherwise, if you give 0 means lowest priority. If many or 2 or more than interrupts are having 1 means bit is set in this register, the 8051 will execute or give service according to this table. If more than 1 or 2 interrupts are occurred, means bits are set simultaneously, then the 8051 will execute or give service according to this table, default table. Means external hardware interrupt 0 will have a highest, timer 0, then external interrupt 1, timer interrupt 1, and then serial communication. Next, with serial communication, basics are like this. You will have start bit followed by 8 bits, and you will have stop bit. So serial communication means bit by bit transmission. So it will go first, start bit will go out first, and then LSB, then MSB, and then last is stop bit. Like this, it will transmit single bit by bit transmission. That is nothing but serial communication. So for serial communication in 8051, you have got the registers like SBUF. SBUF means serial data buffer register. So on reset, the value in this registers are unknown. X means unknown and the address is 99H. So address in RAM is 99H because this is also one of the SFR, special function register. So SBUF means in serial communication, you will get the data into the 8051 through RxD pin, and you will send the data outside the 8051 through TXT pin. So whenever there is a data input from outside word to the 8051, you will have the data. The collected 8 bits will be stored in this register. And whenever you want to send some data out of 8051 to the external devices, then you need to write that data to SBUF register. So to transmit, you have to write here. On reception, you will get the data here only. So, and SBuffer can be used like any other register. Like for example, move SBUF, #D, move SBUF, A, move A, SBUF. Like any other register, R0 to R7 is there, right? So in that kind only you can access this SBUF register. It is to hold the data for transfer and to receive the data. 8-bit register, and you can access this register in a similar way as that of other registers like R0 to R7 and A, B, like that. And then you have got SCON, Serial Control Register for serial communication in 8051. And on reset, you will be having 000, and the address of SCON is 98H. It is also 8-bit register, and you have the bits like SM0, SM1, serial port mode specifier. Means if the contents is 00, we will consider that as 0. 01 is mode 1, 10 is mode 2, 11 is mode 3. So serial port mode specifier. There are 4 modes and you will have different baud rates. Baud rate is nothing but signals per unit time. How many signals will be sent or received per unit time is considered as baud rate. So you will have different baud rates with respect to these modes. So these 2 bits will specify which mode and what is the baud rate. So next, there is a bit SM2 which is not used with 8051. You will have a bit like REN. REN means receive enable bit. So if REN is 1 means the data will be received from outside to the 8051 through RxD pin. Means to receive the data, you have to enable or you have to set REN. So on clear, you are disabling the reception of data. Then you have TI and RI. Transmit interrupt flag bit, receive interrupt flag bit. So transmit interrupt flag means you are sending start bit and then 8 bits plus stop bit. Okay, so whenever you want to transmit data, you will send this followed by 8 bits and then lastly stop bit. Whenever stop bit is transferred, then TI flag bit in SCON register will be set. means transfer is complete. It indicates transfer is completed. And receive interrupt flag, again same thing, start bit followed by 8 bits and then stop. When you receive the stop bit, it will get set. RI will be set, means it indicates reception of 8-bit data along with start and stop bit is finished. So it indicates reception is over. So it indicates transmission is over. So overall, serial control register, using SCON, you can control the operation, modes of the serial port, baud rate of the serial port, because every mode has its own baud rate, and you can send or receive data using serial port. Means it indicates whether data has transferred or received through TXT and RXT pins. Then you have one more SFR, special function register, called PCON, power control register. And on reset, it will also have 000, and the address is 87H. And we have two power saving modes with 8051, idle mode and power down mode. So in idle mode, except ALU, all other peripherals which are connected to the CPU are working. Other CPU is off, means there is no clock to the CPU, but peripherals are working. In that, that is called idle mode. Power down mode means CPU plus all other peripherals are off. So that is called power down mode, idle mode. So you have these power saving modes with 8051. So PCON register have bits like IDL and PD. PD is set, means PD is equal to 1 means it is in power down mode. IDL is equal to 1 means it is in idle mode. 8051 is in idle mode. So whenever power down mode is entered, hardware reset has to be hardware reset should be there to reset the 8051. In case of idle mode, either hardware reset or an interrupt can get the 8051 back to the working state. So hardware reset is needed. Here hardware reset or interrupt signal can be used to take off the 8051 from that mode to the working mode. Then you have GF1 and GF0, general purpose flag bits F1 and F0. It is used by the programmer for programmer can access these two bits. And then you have, it has got one more bit called SMOD. So in 8051, oscillator frequency will be divided by 12, means there are 12 states for each machine cycle. Hence, oscillator frequency will be divided by 12. So you will get machine cycle frequency as this, 921.6 kilohertz. If SMOD is equal to 1, this frequency has to be divided by 16. If SMOD is equal to 0, this frequency 921.6 kilohertz has to be divided by 32. So these frequencies can be used by timers, timer 1 or timer 0. So whenever SMOD is 0 and whenever SMOD is 1, you will get the frequency doubled. 9600 is there, here 19200. In order to double the baud rate, you have to set SMOD. Otherwise, SMOD is divided by 16. SMOD will be divided by 32. If SMOD is equal to 1, it will be divided by 16. So in order to double the baud rate, you need to set SMOD as 1 in PCON register. So overall, PCON register will be having SMOD, general purpose flag bits 1 and 0, power down mode bit and idle mode bit, IDL and PD. So next, SFRs are IO port registers. These are P0, P1, P2, P3. On reset, these register will be having 1 as reset values and addresses are 80, 90, 80H, 90H, A0H and B0H in RAM. So these 4 ports are having 8 bits and each and every bit is considered is treated like one pin in 8051 chip. So it is physically connected to one pin of 8051. So and each and every bit can be accessed and our whole 8 bits can be accessed for each port register. Means it is bit addressable as well as byte addressable. You can access a single bit or you can access 8 bits at a time. So on reset, it will be having 1, means it is acting like input port. It is each and every bit is set to act it as an input. If it is cleared, cleared means 0, pin bit is 0 means it is acting like a output. So 1 for input and 0 for output. And each and every bit is considered as a physical pin on 8051. Then in 8051, you have got 2 timers which are of 16 bits wide, and these 2 timers are used to generate time delay between any events or to count. It is used as a counter to count events happening outside the microcontroller. So, but 8051 is considered as 8-bit CPU. You have 16-bit timers. So 8-bit and 8-bit are separately, 8-bit registers are used separately because 8-bit CPU, 8051 is 8-bit CPU. And so the pins which are related to the counters are T0 and T1, P3.4, P3.5. So whenever there is a pin called C bar, C/T bar, if it is 1, it acts as a counter. Counter means counting the events which are happening outside the microcontroller. With respect to timers, you have registers like TMOD, first register, timer, mode register, TMOD, and it is a 8-bit register. Lower 4 bits are there for timer 0. Upper 4 bits are there for timer 1. So gate, first bit, C bar, C/T bar, M1 and M0. For timer 1, same bits. Gate, C/T bar, M1, M0 for timer 0. So M1, M0 is there for M1 and M0 bits are there to select the modes of timer. For example, if 00 is there, 0 mode, 01, 1 mode, 11 is 10 is mode 2, 11 is mode 3. So in each and every mode, you will have different number of bits for counting. So M1, M0 is to select the modes. Then you have the bit called C/T bar. When C/T bar is equal to 1, it acts as a counter. When it is 0, it acts as a timer. So 1 means counter, 0 means timer. So either timer 1 or timer 0. So you can make that as timer to count the internal clock frequency, or you can make that timer as a counter to count the frequencies are happening outside the 8051. And then you have gate input, gate pin. Whenever it is 0, software can start and stop the timer. Means instruction can start and stop the timer. So both the timers. Whenever gate is equal to 1, hardware has to start and stop the timer. So gate 1 means hardware can start and stop the timer. Whenever gate is equal to 0, the software in the sense instruction can start or stop the timers. So both the timers got gate and C/T bar mode bits. So lower 4 bits are for timer 0, upper 4 bits are there for timer 1, and 89H is the SFR memory space. Then there is a register called timer control register for timer operation, and it is also 8 bits register. 88H is the address in SFR memory space. It will contains the bits for timer as well as interrupt. So first thing, timer bits. So 7654, that is TF1, TR1, TF0, TR0 is there for timer operation, and IE1, IT1, IE0, IT0 is there for interrupt. So F means overflow, R means to start or stop the timer. So 1 means for timer 1, 0 means timer 0. So, you know, timer is a up counter. It will count from 00 to FF or FE to FF, and then it will roll off from FF back to 0. Whenever there is a roll off from FFF to 0, so here you can see till that TF is equal to 0. When it get rolled off from FFF to 0, TF will become 1. So TF1 is there for timer 1, TF0 will be there for timer 0. Then you have TR1 and TR0. So time to start the timer, you have to give 1. To stop the timer, you have to give 0 for that bit. Then in this TR0 for timer 0, to start the timer 0, you have to give 1. Otherwise, you have to give 0. Then you should know this basics. So activation of INT 0, external interrupt 0, external interrupt 1. Pins are port 3.2, port 3.3. There are 2 ways of activating this external hardware interrupts. One is called level trigger, another is called edge triggered. Level triggered means 4 machine cycles. So at least or minimum 4 machine cycles should be low, level triggered. Edge triggered means high to low transition. 1 machine cycle high and then 1 machine cycle should be low. High to low transition considered as edge triggered. In level triggered, minimum 4 machine cycles should be at low state. So the 2 type of triggering of external hardware interrupts. And there are bits called IT0 and IE0. So for INT 0, external hardware interrupt 0, you have got IT0 and IE0. IT0 is 0 means it is considered as level triggered interrupt, And IT0 is 1 means it is considered as edge triggered. Along with IT0 is equal to 1, IE0 should be 1. Then only then only the INT0 will be set. So in case of INT1, external hardware interrupt 1, again same level triggered is also there, edge triggered is also there. INT1 bit, if it is 0, it is considered as level triggered. INT1 is equal to 1. Then IE1 is equal to 1. Then it is considered as edge triggered. Means 801 will look for I to low transition on this pin. Or in case of level triggered, 4 minimum low machine cycles, if it is there, then it is considered as level triggered. So these are the 4 pins, 4 bits. So first, IE1 means external interrupt 1 occurred. Then it should be cleared by the hardware. Means cleared by the hardware means 0. So it indicates external interrupt 1 is processed. So 1 means occurred, 0 means it is processed by the 8051. Then you have got IT1, IT0 for external hardware interrupt 1, and then IT0 for external hardware 0. 1 is for occurs on level edge triggered interrupt, and 0 is there for level triggered input. So 1 is for edge triggering and 0 is for level triggering. Then you have got timer low and high registers. So these are 2 registers which are of 8-bit, and initial value to count up for timer operation, the initial value will be loaded to TL0 and TH0. So it is like holding the data for registers, and these are 8-bit registers. And the addresses are 8AH and 8CH, low is 8AH, and high TH0 is 8CH, and 8-bit wide. So L0 means it indicates timer 0 register. When you are using timer 0 for applications, you have to use TL0, TH0 to load the initial value. Then other 2 registers SFRs are TL1 and TH1. So timer 1, low and high registers. So on reset, same thing, 0 is the initial value, and registers are located at 8BH and then 8DH. So these 2 registers are there for timer 1 operation. There you will load initial value for timer 1. So I'll repeat this class from beginning. So stack ಮತ್ತೆ stack pointer ಅಂದ್ರೆ ಸ್ಟ್ಯಾಕ್ ಅಂದ್ರೆ ಮೆಮೊರಿ ಲೊಕೇಶನ್ಸ್ ಇನ್ ರ್ಯಾಮ್ ಅದನ್ನ ಟೆಂಪರರಿ ಡೇಟಾ ಮತ್ತೆ ಅಡ್ರೆಸ್ ಅನ್ನ ಸ್ಟೋರ್ ಮಾಡ್ಲಿಕ್ಕೆ ಯೂಸ್ ಮಾಡ್ತೀವಿ. ಡಿಫಾಲ್ಟ್ ಆಗಿ ಅದ್ರ ಅಡ್ರೆಸ್ ಏನಿರುತ್ತೆ ಅಂದ್ರೆ 8 ಇಂದ 1FH ವರ್ಗಿರುತ್ತೆ. ಅದನ್ನ ನಾವು ಇದು ರಿಜಿಸ್ಟರ್ 1 ಇಂದ 3 ಇರೋದ್ರಿಂದ ನಾವು 30H to 7F ಗೆ ರೀಲೊಕೇಟ್ ಮಾಡಬಹುದು. ಸೊ ಡಿಫಾಲ್ಟ್ ಆರ್ ರೀಸೆಟ್ ಆಗಿದ್ದಾದ್ಮೇಲೆ SP07 ನ ಹೋಲ್ಡ್ ಮಾಡಿರುತ್ತೆ. ಸೊ ಪುಷ್ ಮತ್ತೆ ಪಾಪ್ ಅಂತ 2 ಇನ್ಸ್ಟ್ರಕ್ಷನ್ಸ್ ಇದೆ ಫಾರ್ ಸ್ಟ್ಯಾಕ್ ಆಪರೇಷನ್. ಸೊ ಪುಷ್ ಅಂದ್ರೆ CPU ರಿಜಿಸ್ಟರ್ ಕಂಟೆಂಟ್ ಅನ್ನ ಸ್ಟ್ಯಾಕ್ ಗೆ ಲೋಡ್ ಮಾಡೋದು. ಪಾಪ್ ಅಂದ್ರೆ ಸ್ಟ್ಯಾಕ್ ಅಲ್ಲಿ ಇರುವಂತ ಕಂಟೆಂಟ್ ಅನ್ನ ಮತ್ತೆ ರಿಜಿಸ್ಟರ್ಗೆ ಕಾಪಿ ಮಾಡೋದಿಕ್ಕೆ ನಾವು ಪಾಪ್ ಅಂತ ಹೇಳ್ತೀವಿ. ಸೊ ಪುಷ್ ಆಪರೇಷನ್ ಅಲ್ಲಿ ಏನ್ ಸ್ಟ್ಯಾಕ್ ಪಾಯಿಂಟರ್ ಫಸ್ಟ್ ಇನ್ಕ್ರಿಮೆಂಟ್ ಆಗುತ್ತೆ. 7 ಇದ್ದಿದ್ದು 8 ಆಯ್ತು, ಆಮೇಲೆ ಡೇಟಾ ಮೂವ್ ಮಾಡ್ತೀವಿ. ಸೊ 8 ಇದ್ದಿದ್ದು 9 ಆಯ್ತು, ಆಮೇಲೆ ಡೇಟಾ ಮೂವ್ ಮಾಡಿದೀವಿ. 9 ಇದ್ದಿದ್ದು A ಆಗಿದೆ. ಸೊ ದೆನ್ ಡೇಟಾ ಇಸ್ ಮೂವ್ಡ್. ಸೊ ಪುಷ್ ಆಪರೇಷನ್ ಅಲ್ಲಿ ಸ್ಟ್ಯಾಕ್ ಪಾಯಿಂಟರ್ ವಿಲ್ ಬಿ ಇನ್ಕ್ರಿಮೆಂಟೆಡ್ ಬೈ 1, ದೆನ್ ವಿ ವಿಲ್ ಲೋಡ್ ದ ಕಂಟೆಂಟ್. ಇನ್ ಪಾಪ್ ಆಪರೇಷನ್ ಫಸ್ಟ್ ಕಂಟೆಂಟ್ ವಿಲ್ ಬಿ ಮೂವ್ಡ್ ಬ್ಯಾಕ್. ಸೊ ಕಂಟೆಂಟ್ ಏನಾಗುತ್ತೆ ರೆಜಿಸ್ಟರ್ಸ್ಗೆ ಬರುತ್ತೆ, ಆಮೇಲೆ ಸ್ಟ್ಯಾಕ್ ಪಾಯಿಂಟ್ ಅನ್ನ ಡಿಕ್ರಿಮೆಂಟ್ ಮಾಡ್ತೀವಿ. 0B ಇದ್ದಿದ್ದು 0A ಆಗಿದೆ, 0A ಇಂದ 09, 9 ಇಂದ 8. ಸೊ ಫಸ್ಟ್ ಮೂವ್ ಮಾಡ್ಬಿಟ್ಟು ಆಮೇಲೆ ಸ್ಟ್ಯಾಕ್ ಪಾಯಿಂಟರ್ ನ ಡಿಕ್ರಿಮೆಂಟ್ ಮಾಡ್ತೀವಿ. ಸ್ಟ್ಯಾಕ್ ಪಾಯಿಂಟರ್ ಅಂದ್ರೆ ಅದು 8-ಬಿಟ್ ರೆಜಿಸ್ಟರ್. ಅದ್ರ ರೀಸೆಟ್ ಆದ್ಮೇಲೆ ಅದ್ರ ವ್ಯಾಲ್ಯೂ ಏನಿರುತ್ತೆ ಅಂದ್ರೆ 07H ಅಂದ್ರೆ ರಿಜಿಸ್ಟರ್ಡ್ ಬ್ಯಾಂಕ್ R7 ಅಡ್ರೆಸ್ ಸ್ಟ್ಯಾಕ್ ಪಾಯಿಂಟರ್ದು ಅಡ್ರೆಸ್ ಆಗಿರುತ್ತೆ. ಸೊ ಸ್ಟ್ಯಾಕ್ ಪಾಯಿಂಟರ್ ಏನ್ ಇಂಡಿಕೇಟ್ ಮಾಡುತ್ತೆ ಅಂದ್ರೆ ಟಾಪ್ ಆಫ್ ದ ಸ್ಟ್ಯಾಕ್ ಅಡ್ರೆಸ್ ಆಫ್ ಟಾಪ್ ಆಫ್ ದ ಸ್ಟ್ಯಾಕ್ ಅನ್ನ ಇಂಡಿಕೇಟ್ ಮಾಡುತ್ತೆ. ಸೊ ಪುಷ್, ಪಾಪ್, ಕಾಲ್ ಮತ್ತೆ ರಿಟರ್ನ್ ಇನ್ಸ್ಟ್ರಕ್ಷನ್ ಯೂಸ್ ಮಾಡಿಕೊಂಡು ಸ್ಟ್ಯಾಕ್ ಪಾಯಿಂಟರ್ ನ ನಾವು ಆಕ್ಸೆಸ್ ಮಾಡಬಹುದು. ಸೊ ಕಾಲ್ ಮತ್ತೆ ರಿಟರ್ನ್ ಅಂದ್ರೆ ಒಂದೇ ಫಂಕ್ಷನ್ ನ ಪದೇ ಪದೇ ಮೇನ್ ಫಂಕ್ಷನ್ ಅಲ್ಲಿ ಬರೆಯೋ ಬದಲು ಆ ಸೆಟ್ ಆಫ್ ಇನ್ಸ್ಟ್ರಕ್ಷನ್ ನ ನಾವು ಒಂದು ಸಬ್ ರೂಟೀನ್ ಅಂತ ಮಾಡಿ ಅದರಲ್ಲಿ ಎಕ್ಸಿಕ್ಯೂಟ್ ಮಾಡ್ತೀವಿ. ಸೊ ಕಾಲ್ ಮಾಡಿದ್ರೆ ಅದರಲ್ಲಿರುವಂತ ಇನ್ಸ್ಟ್ರಕ್ಷನ್ ಎಲ್ಲ ಎಕ್ಸಿಕ್ಯೂಟ್ ಆಗುತ್ತೆ ಟಿಲ್ ರಿಟರ್ನ್, ದೆನ್ ಅಲ್ಲಿಂದ ಮತ್ತೆ ಬಂದು ಮೇನ್ ಫಂಕ್ಷನ್ ನಾವು ಎಕ್ಸಿಕ್ಯೂಟ್ ಮಾಡ್ತಾ ಹೋಗ್ತೀವಿ. ಪದೇ ಪದೇ ಸೇಮ್ ಸೆಟ್ ಆಫ್ ಇನ್ಸ್ಟ್ರಕ್ಷನ್ಸ್ ನ ಬರೆಯೋ ಬದಲು ಒಂದು ಸಬ್ ರೂಟೀನ್ ಅಂತ ಕ್ರಿಯೇಟ್ ಮಾಡಿ ಆ ಟಾಸ್ಕ್ ಅನ್ನ ನಾವು ಮಾಡ್ತೀವಿ. ಸೊ ಕಾಲ್ ಆದ್ಮೇಲೆ ಮತ್ತೆ ರಿಟರ್ನ್ ಬಂದಾಗ ಎಲ್ಲಿಂದ ನಾವು ಎಕ್ಸಿಕ್ಯೂಷನ್ ಶುರು ಮಾಡ್ಬೇಕು ಆ ಅಡ್ರೆಸ್ ಬೇಕಲ್ವಾ. ಸೊ ಆ ಅಡ್ರೆಸ್ ಸ್ಟ್ಯಾಕ್ ಪಾಯಿಂಟರ್ ಸ್ಟ್ಯಾಕ್ ಅಲ್ಲಿ ಇರುತ್ತೆ. ಸೊ ಆ ತರ ನಾವು ಕಾಲ್ ಮತ್ತೆ ರಿಟರ್ನ್ ಇನ್ಸ್ಟ್ರಕ್ಷನ್ ಅಲ್ಲಿ ಸ್ಟ್ಯಾಕ್ ಅನ್ನ ನಾವು ಯೂಸ್ ಮಾಡ್ತೀವಿ. ದೆನ್ ಇಂಟರಪ್ಟ್ಸ್ ಅಂದ್ರೆ ಯಾವ್ದಾದ್ರು ಪೆರಿಫೆರಲ್ಸ್ ಇಂಟರ್ನಲ್ ಆಗಿರಬಹುದು ಅಥವಾ ಎಕ್ಸ್ಟರ್ನಲ್ ಆಗಿರಬಹುದು. ಆ ಪೆರಿಫೆರಲ್ಸ್ಗೆ ಸರ್ವಿಸ್ 8051 ಇಂದ ಸರ್ವಿಸ್ ಬೇಕಂದಾಗ ಒಂದು ಸಿಗ್ನಲ್ ರಿಕ್ವೆಸ್ಟ್ ನ ಕಳಿಸುತ್ತೆ. ಆ ರಿಕ್ವೆಸ್ಟ್ ಗೆ ನಾವು ಇಂಟರಪ್ಟ್ಸ್ ಅಂತ ಕರಿತೀವಿ. ಸೊ ಆ ತರದ್ದು 6 ಇಂಟರಪ್ಟ್ಸ್ ಇದೆ 8051 ಅಲ್ಲಿ. ಅದ್ರ ಅಡ್ರೆಸಸ್ ಇದು. ಸೊ ಎಕ್ಸ್ಟರ್ನಲ್ ಹಾರ್ಡ್ವೇರ್ ಇಂಟರಪ್ಟ್, ಟೈಮರ್, ಎಕ್ಸ್ಟರ್ನಲ್ ಹಾರ್ಡ್ವೇರ್ ಇಂಟರಪ್ಟ್ 0, 1, ಟೈಮರ್ 0, 1, ಸೀರಿಯಲ್ ಕಮ್ಯುನಿಕೇಶನ್ಗೆ 1 ಇಂಟರಪ್ಟ್ ಇದೆ. ಸೊ ಇಂಟರಪ್ಟ್ ಗೆ ರಿಲೇಟೆಡ್ ಆಗಿ 2 ರೆಜಿಸ್ಟರ್ಸ್ ಇದೆ. ಒಂದು ಇಂಟರಪ್ಟ್ ಎನೇಬಲ್ ರೆಜಿಸ್ಟರ್, ಇನ್ನೊಂದು ಇಂಟರಪ್ಟ್ ಪ್ರಿಯಾರಿಟಿ ರೆಜಿಸ್ಟರ್. ಸೊ ಇಂಟರಪ್ಟ್ ಎನೇಬಲ್ ರೆಜಿಸ್ಟರ್ ರೀಸೆಟ್ ಆಗಿದಾಗ ಎಲ್ಲಾನು 0 ಇದೆ. ಮತ್ತೆ ಯಾವ್ಯಾವ ಬಿಟ್ ಇದೆ ಅಂದ್ರೆ ಈ A ಅಂತ ಇದೆ, ಎನೇಬಲ್ ಆಲ್. ಇದು 1 ಆಗಿದ್ರೆ ಮಾತ್ರ ಬೇರೆ ಎಲ್ಲಾ ಇಂಟರಪ್ಟ್ಸ್ ಎನೇಬಲ್ ಆಗೋದು. ಇದೇನಾದ್ರೂ 0 ಇದ್ರೆ ಯಾವುದನ್ನು ಎನೇಬಲ್ ಆಗಲ್ಲ, ಡಿಸೇಬಲ್ಸ್ ಆಲ್ ದ ಇಂಟರಪ್ಟ್ಸ್. ಸೊ ಒಂದೊಂದು ಇಂಟರಪ್ಟ್ಗೂ ಒಂದೊಂದು ಬಿಟ್ ಇದೆ. ಎನೇಬಲ್ ಮಾಡ್ಬೇಕು ಅಂದ್ರೆ 1 ರೈಟ್ ಮಾಡ್ಬೇಕು, ಡಿಸೇಬಲ್ ಮಾಡ್ಬೇಕಂದ್ರೆ 0ನ ರೈಟ್ ಮಾಡ್ತೀವಿ. ಸೊ ಇಂಟರಪ್ಟ್ ಪ್ರಿಯಾರಿಟಿ. ಸೊ ಇಷ್ಟು ಇಂಟರಪ್ಟ್ಸ್ ಅಲ್ಲಿ ಯಾವ್ದನ್ನ ಫಸ್ಟ್ ನಾವು ಎಕ್ಸಿಕ್ಯೂಟ್ ಮಾಡ್ಬೇಕು ಅನ್ನೋದು ಪ್ರಿಯಾರಿಟಿ ಅಂತ ಕರಿತೀವಿ. ಸೊ ಡಿಫಾಲ್ಟ್ ಆಗಿ ರೀಸೆಟ್ ಆದ್ಮೇಲೆ ಈ ತರ ಇರುತ್ತೆ ಪ್ರಿಯಾರಿಟಿ. INT 0ಗೆ ಫಸ್ಟ್ ಪ್ರಿಯಾರಿಟಿ, ಆಮೇಲೆ ಟೈಮರ್ಗೆ 0ಗೆ, ಎಕ್ಸ್ಟರ್ನಲ್ ಹಾರ್ಡ್ವೇರ್ ಇಂಟರಪ್ಟ್ 1ಗೆ, ಟೈಮರ್ 1 ಸೀರಿಯಲ್ ಕಮ್ಯುನಿಕೇಶನ್. ಈ ಆರ್ಡರ್ ಅಲ್ಲಿ ಆನ್ ರೀಸೆಟ್ ಪ್ರಿಯಾರಿಟಿ ಇರುತ್ತೆ. ಬಟ್ ನಮಗೆ ಯಾವ್ದಾದ್ರು ಪರ್ಟಿಕ್ಯುಲರ್ ಹೈಯೆಸ್ಟ್ ಪ್ರಿಯಾರಿಟಿ ಕೊಡ್ಬೇಕು ಅಂದಾಗ IP ರೆಜಿಸ್ಟರ್ ಇಂಟರಪ್ಟ್ ಪ್ರಿಯಾರಿಟಿ ರೆಜಿಸ್ಟರ್ ಅಲ್ಲಿ 1 ಅಂತ ಮಾಡಿದ್ರೆ ಅದು ಹೈಯೆಸ್ಟ್ ಪ್ರಿಯಾರಿಟಿನ ತಗೊಳುತ್ತೆ. ಸೊ ಒಂದೇ ಸಲಿ ಒಂದಕ್ಕಿಂತ ಜಾಸ್ತಿ ಬಿಟ್ಸ್ ಹೈ ಆಯ್ತು ಅನ್ಕೊಳ್ಳಿ. ಸೊ ಇನ್ ಕೇಸ್ ಟೈಮರ್ 1 ಮತ್ತೆ ಟೈಮರ್ 0 ಎರಡೂನು 1 ಆದ್ರೆ ಯಾವ್ದು ಫಸ್ಟ್ ಸರ್ವ್ ಮಾಡುತ್ತೆ ಅಂದ್ರೆ ಟೈಮರ್ 0ನ. ಬಿಕಾಸ್ ಈ ಆರ್ಡರ್ ಅಲ್ಲೇ ಅದು ಏನ್ ಮಾಡುತ್ತೆ, ಎಕ್ಸಿಕ್ಯೂಟ್ ಮಾಡುತ್ತೆ 8051. ಸೀರಿಯಲ್ ಕಮ್ಯುನಿಕೇಶನ್ ಅಂದ್ರೆ ಬಿಟ್ ಬೈ ಬಿಟ್ ಟ್ರಾನ್ಸ್ಮಿಷನ್. ಅದ್ರ ಜೊತೆಗೆ ಒಂದು ಸ್ಟಾರ್ಟ್ ಬಿಟ್ ಇರುತ್ತೆ, ಸ್ಟಾಪ್ ಬಿಟ್ ಇರುತ್ತೆ. ಸೊ LSB ಫಸ್ಟ್ ಟ್ರಾನ್ಸ್ಮಿಟ್ ಆಗುತ್ತೆ, ದೆನ್ MSB, ದೆನ್ ಸ್ಟಾಪ್ ಬಿಟ್. ಸೊ ಸೀರಿಯಲ್ ಕಮ್ಯುನಿಕೇಶನ್ಗೆ ವಿ ಹ್ಯಾವ್ ಸೀರಿಯಲ್ ಬಫರ್ ಡೇಟಾ ಬಫರ್ ರಿಜಿಸ್ಟರ್ ಇದೆ 8 ಬಿಟ್ಸ್. ಎಕ್ಸ್ ಅಂದ್ರೆ ಅನ್ನೋನ್ ವ್ಯಾಲ್ಯೂ, ಐದರ್ 0 ಆದ್ರೂ ಇರ್ಬೋದು ಅಥವಾ 1 ಆದ್ರೂ ಇರ್ಬೋದು. ಸೊ TXD ಮೂಲಕ ಪಿನ್ ಮೂಲಕ ನಾವು ಡೇಟಾ ಟ್ರಾನ್ಸ್ಮಿಟ್ ಮಾಡ್ತೀವಿ, RXD ಮೂಲಕ ಡೇಟಾನ ರಿಸೀವ್ ಮಾಡ್ಕೋತೀವಿ. ಸೊ ಡೇಟಾ ಟ್ರಾನ್ಸ್ಮಿಟ್ ಮಾಡಬೇಕು ಅನ್ನೋ ಡೇಟಾನ ನಾವು ಇಲ್ಲಿ ರೈಟ್ ಮಾಡ್ತೀವಿ. ಯಾವ ಡೇಟಾ ರಿಸೀವ್ ಮಾಡ್ಕೋತೀವೋ ಆ ಡೇಟಾ ಈ ಎಸ್ ಬಫ್ ರೆಜಿಸ್ಟರ್ ಅಲ್ಲಿ ಇರುತ್ತೆ. ಅಂಡ್ ಈ ಎಸ್ ಬಫ್ ರೆಜಿಸ್ಟರ್ ನ ನಾವು ನಾರ್ಮಲ್ ಆಗಿ ಬೇರೆ ರೆಜಿಸ್ಟರ್ಸ್ ತರ ಎ ತರ ಮತ್ತೆ R0 ಇಂದ R7 ಯಾವುದೇ ರೆಜಿಸ್ಟರ್ ತರ ಯೂಸ್ ಮಾಡ್ಬೋದು. ಲೈಕ್ ಇಲ್ಲಿ ಇಮಿಡಿಯೇಟ್ ಡೇಟಾ ಮೂವ್ ಮಾಡ್ತಾ ಇದೀವಿ, ಅಕ್ಯುಮುಲೇಟರ್ ಅಲ್ಲಿ ಇರೋದನ್ನ ಎಸ್ ಬಫರ್ ಮೂವ್ ಮಾಡ್ತಾ ಇದೀವಿ, ಎಸ್ ಬಫರ್ ಅಲ್ಲಿ ಇರೋದನ್ನ ಎ ಮೂವ್ ಮಾಡ್ತೀವಿ. ಸೊ ಲೈಕ್ ಎನಿ ಅದರ್ register you can access SBUF register. And serial control register anta ide. So it is 8 bit. So idralli mode bits ide SM0 SM1. So 0 combination idre 0 mode anta tagotivi. Adralli some fixed baud rate irutte. 0 1 andre 1, 1 0 andre 2, 1 1 andre 3. ಸೊ ಮೋಡ್ ಬಿಟ್ಸ್ ಇದೆ, ಯಾವ ಮೋಡು ಮತ್ತೆ ಎಷ್ಟು ಬಾಡ್ ರೇಟ್ಸ್ ಅಂತ. ದೆನ್ ರಿಸೀವ್ ಎನೇಬಲ್. ಸೊ ನಾವು ರಿಸೀವ್ ಮಾಡ್ಕೊಳ್ಳೋದು RXD ಪಿನ್ ಮೂಲಕ. ಸೊ RXD ಪಿನ್ ಅನ್ನ ಆಕ್ಟಿವೇಟ್ ಅಥವಾ ಎನೇಬಲ್ ಮಾಡಬೇಕು ಅಂದ್ರೆ ಅದಕ್ಕೂ ಮುಂಚೆ REN ಬಿಟ್ ಏನಾಗಿರ್ಬೇಕು, 1 ಆಗಿರ್ಬೇಕು. ಹಂಗಿದ್ರೆ ಮಾತ್ರ RXD ಪಿನ್ ಮೂಲಕ ಡೇಟಾನ ರಿಸೀವ್ ಮಾಡ್ಕೋಬಹುದು, ಇಲ್ಲಾಂದ್ರೆ RXD ವಿಲ್ ಬಿ ಡಿಸೇಬಲ್ಡ್. ಸೊ ನೆಕ್ಸ್ಟ್ ಇಲ್ಲಿ TI ಮತ್ತೆ RI ಅಂತ 2 ಬಿಟ್ಸ್ ಇದೆ. ಟ್ರಾನ್ಸ್ಮಿಟ್ ಇಂಟರಪ್ಟ್ ಫ್ಲಾಗ್, ರಿಸೀವ್ ಇಂಟರಪ್ಟ್ ಫ್ಲಾಗ್ ಅಂತ. ಸೊ ಫಸ್ಟ್ ಸ್ಟಾರ್ಟ್ ಫಾಲೋಡ್ ಬೈ 8 ಬಿಟ್ಸ್ ಸ್ಟಾಪ್ ಬಿಟ್ಸ್ ಇರುತ್ತಲ್ಲ. ಸೊ ಟ್ರಾನ್ಸ್ಮಿಟ್ ಮಾಡ್ಬೇಕಂದ್ರೆ ಇದೆಲ್ಲಾ ಬಿಟ್ ಆಗಿ ಸ್ಟಾಪ್ ಬಿಟ್ ಟ್ರಾನ್ಸ್ಮಿಟ್ ಆಗಿದೆ ಅಂದ್ರೆ TI 1 ಆಗತ್ತೆ. ರಿಸೀವ್ ಮಾಡ್ಕೋಬೇಕಾದ್ರೆ ಸ್ಟಾರ್ಟ್ 8 ಬಿಟ್ ರಿಸೀವ್ ಆಯ್ತು, ಮತ್ತೆ ಸ್ಟಾಪ್ ಬಿಟ್ ರಿಸೀವ್ ಆಗಿದೆ ಅಂತ ಇಂಡಿಕೇಟ್ ಮಾಡಕ್ಕೆ ಇದು ಇರೋದು TI ಮತ್ತೆ RI. ಇದು 1 ಅಂದ್ರೆ ಟ್ರಾನ್ಸ್ಫರ್ಡ್, RI ಅಂದ್ರೆ ರಿಸೀವ್ಡ್ ದ ಡೇಟಾ. ನೆಕ್ಸ್ಟ್ ಪವರ್ ಕಂಟ್ರೋಲ್ ರೆಜಿಸ್ಟರ್ ಅಂದ್ರೆ 8 ಬಿಟ್ ರೆಜಿಸ್ಟರ್. ಇದರಲ್ಲಿ ಜನರಲ್ ಪರ್ಪಸ್ ಫ್ಲಾಗ್ಸ್ ಇದೆ, GF1 and GF0. ಯೂಸರ್ ಕ್ಯಾನ್ ಯೂಸ್ ದೀಸ್ 2 ಬಿಟ್ಸ್. And 8051 ನಲ್ಲಿ we have power down mode and idle mode. So power down andre CPU plus peripherals are not working. There is no clock frequency to CPU as well as peripherals. Idle andre just processor is not working, but other peripherals which are connected to the processor are in working condition. So ಯಾವ mode set ಮಾಡ್ಬೇಕಂದ್ರೆ 1 ಅಂತ ರೈಟ್ ಮಾಡ್ಬೇಕು, ಇಲ್ಲಾಂದ್ರೆ 0 ಇರುತ್ತೆ. ಪವರ್ ಡೌನ್ ಮಾಡ್ಬೇಕಂದ್ರೆ PD = 1 ಅಂತ ಮಾಡಿದಾಗ ಪವರ್ ಡೌನ್ ಆಗುತ್ತೆ. ಮತ್ತೆ ಎಸ್ ಮಾಡ್ ಅಂತ 1 ಬಿಟ್ ಇದೆ. ಯೂಶಲಿ ಕ್ಲಾಕ್ ಆಸಿಲೇಟರ್ ಫ್ರೀಕ್ವೆನ್ಸಿ ವಿಲ್ ಬಿ ಡಿವೈಡ್ ಬೈ 12. 12 means 12 states are there for one machine cycle. So 921.6 kilohertz machine cycle frequency. 1 ಅಂತ ಮಾಡಿದ್ರೆ ಎಸ್ ಮಾಡ್ ಬಿಟ್ ನ ಈ frequency 921.6 kilohertz will be divided by 16. Otherwise 921.6 kilohertz will be divided by 32. Next, port registers. There are 4 port registers. So ಒಂದು reset ಆದ್ಮೇಲೆ ಎಲ್ಲಾದ್ರಲ್ಲೂ 1 ಅಂತ ಇರುತ್ತೆ. And ಒಂದೊಂದು ಬಿಟ್ಟನ್ನು 1 ಪಿನ್ 8051 ಅಲ್ಲಿ 40 ಪಿನ್ಸ್ 4 ಪೋರ್ಟ್ ಪಿನ್ಸ್ ಇದೆಯಲ್ಲ ಅದಕ್ಕೆ ಫಿಸಿಕಲಿ ಕನೆಕ್ಟೆಡ್ ಅಂತ ಹೇಳ್ತೀವಿ. ಮತ್ತೆ these registers are bit addressable as well as byte addressable. Bit addressable means you can access, you can read or write to a single bit, or you can read or write to whole 8 bits. So bit addressable as well as byte addressable. Set means it is acting as an input. 0 ಮಾಡಿದ್ರೆ it acts as a output. ಟೈಮರ್ 2 ಟೈಮರ್ ಇದೆ. ಟೈಮರ್ 0, ಟೈಮರ್ 1 ಎರಡೂ 16 ಬಿಟ್ಸ್. ಬಟ್ ಸಿ ಪಿ ಯು 8 ಬಿಟ್ ಇರೋದ್ರಿಂದ ಅದನ್ನ ಎರಡು ಸಪರೇಟ್ ರೆಜಿಸ್ಟರ್ಸ್ 8 ಬಿಟ್ಸ್ ರೆಜಿಸ್ಟರ್ಸ್ ಇಂದ ಆಕ್ಸೆಸ್ ಮಾಡ್ತೀವಿ. ಟೈಮರ್ಸ್ ಅನ್ನ ಟೈಮ್ ಡಿಲೇ ಜನರೇಟ್ ಮಾಡಕ್ಕೆ ಅಥವಾ T0 T1 ಪಿನ್ಸ್ ಮೂಲಕ ಬರುವಂತ ಈವೆಂಟ್ಸ್ ಅನ್ನ ಕೌಂಟ್ ಮಾಡಕ್ಕೆ ಯೂಸ್ ಮಾಡ್ತೀವಿ. ಇಟ್ ಕ್ಯಾನ್ ಬಿ ಯೂಸ್ಡ್ ಆಸ್ ಬೋತ್ ಟೈಮರ್ ಆಸ್ ವೆಲ್ ಆಸ್ ಕೌಂಟರ್. ಟೈಮರ್ ಗೆ ರಿಲೇಟೆಡ್ ಆಗಿ 2 ರೆಜಿಸ್ಟರ್ಸ್ ಇದೆ. ಒಂದು ಟಿ ಮೋಡ್ ರೆಜಿಸ್ಟರ್, ಇನ್ನೊಂದು ಟಿ ಕಾನ್ ರೆಜಿಸ್ಟರ್. ಟೈಮರ್ ಮೋಡ್ ರೆಜಿಸ್ಟರ್ ಅಂದ್ರೆ 8 ಬಿಟ್ ರೆಜಿಸ್ಟರ್, 4 ಬಿಟ್ಸ್ ಟೈಮರ್ 0ಗೆ, 4 ಬಿಟ್ ಟೈಮರ್ 1ಗೆ. ಸೊ ಸೇಮ್ ಬಿಟ್ ರಿಪೀಟ್ ಆಗಿದೆ. ಗೇಟ್ C/T ಬಾರ್ M1 M0, ಗೇಟ್ C/T ಬಾರ್ M1 M0. ಸೊ ಇಲ್ಲಿ ಗೇಟ್ ಅಂದ್ರೆ ಗೇಟ್ ಇನ್ ಕೇಸ್ 1 ಇದೆ ಅಂದ್ರೆ ಹಾರ್ಡ್ವೇರ್ ಕೈಂಡ್ ಆಫ್ ಸ್ಟಾರ್ಟ್ ಅಂಡ್ ಸ್ಟಾಪ್ ಆಫ್ ದ ಟೈಮರ್. ಸೊ ಹಾರ್ಡ್ವೇರ್ ಮೂಲಕ ಅಂದ್ರೆ INT1 0 INT0 ಪಿನ್ಸ್ ಸೆಟ್ ಆಗಿ ಅಥವಾ TR1 TR0 ಎರಡರಲ್ಲಿ ಎರಡೂನು 1 ಆಗಿದ್ದಾಗ ಮಾತ್ರ ಟೈಮರ್ ಆನ್ ಆಗುತ್ತೆ. ಇದು 0 ಇದ್ದಾಗ ಜಸ್ಟ್ ಸಾಫ್ಟ್ವೇರ್ ಇನ್ಸ್ಟ್ರಕ್ಷನ್ ನಾವೇನ್ ಮಾಡ್ಬೋದು, ಸ್ಟಾರ್ಟ್ ಅಥವಾ ಸ್ಟಾಪ್ ಮಾಡ್ಬೋದು. ಇದು ಹಾರ್ಡ್ವೇರ್ ವೇ ಆಫ್ ಸ್ಟಾರ್ಟಿಂಗ್ ಆರ್ ಸ್ಟಾಪಿಂಗ್ ದ ಟೈಮರ್. ಇದು ಸಾಫ್ಟ್ವೇರ್ ವೇ ಆಫ್ ಸ್ಟಾರ್ಟಿಂಗ್ ಆರ್ ಸ್ಟಾಪಿಂಗ್ ದ ಟೈಮರ್. ಸೊ C/T ಬಾರ್ ಅಂದ್ರೆ ಸಿ ಅಂದ್ರೆ ಕೌಂಟರ್ 1 ಇದ್ರೆ, ಅದೇ 0 ಇದೆ ಅಂದ್ರೆ ಈ ಬಿಟ್ ಅಲ್ಲಿ ಅದು ಕೌಂಟರ್ ಆಗಿ, ಸಾರಿ 0 ಇದೆ ಅಂದ್ರೆ ಟೈಮರ್, 1 ಇದೆ ಅಂದ್ರೆ ಕೌಂಟರ್. M1 ಅಂಡ್ M0 ಅಂದ್ರೆ ಬಿಟ್ಸ್, ಮೋಡ್ ಬಿಟ್ಸ್. ಸೊ 4 ಮೋಡ್ಸ್ ಇದೆ. ಯಾವ ಮೋಡಲ್ ವರ್ಕ್ ಆಗ್ತಿದೆ